So welcome back all. As I said in this video, we will be discussing more about landfills. Particularly, we will be looking into the construction methodology which is adopted for any landfill, and then we will also look into the various type of landfill sections that you can construct at a particular site depending upon the topography of the site. So first we will look into the construction of a landfill. So how a landfill is constructed. Okay, so as mentioned here, it's a phased operation. That is, the landfill, there is a, within your site, there is an area allotted for the construction of landfill, right? And that is an area exclusive to the construction of landfill other than the support facilities. Okay, so within that area, which is allotted for the construction of the landfill, there you won't utilize the entire area at once for the construction to begin. Okay, so basically you will divide that entire area into different areas, into sub areas, you can see. Okay, so basically each of those areas are called as phases. Okay, so phase basically implies a sub area of the landfill, total landfill area, where your landfill is going to be constructed. So you if one second, if this, suppose this is the total area for landfill construction which is allotted to you in the site you have selected, then you will not begin the construction of landfill across the entire area. Okay, basically you will divide this area into different phases. Okay, into how much ever phases depending upon the size of that area. Okay, and you will divide that entire area into sub areas. Okay, so each of these areas forms a phase, or each of these sub area is called as a phase. Okay, so the landfill construction basically happens as a phased operation. That is, as we saw in the layout diagram also of landfill, you have seen that suppose you are going to start your landfill construction with this. Suppose I'm going to give numbers to these sub areas 1 2 3 4. Okay, now I'm going to start my process of landfill construction in sub area 1 or in phase 1. Okay, so what happens in phase 1? We know that the landfill typically consists of a liner system. Then you will have your daily volume of waste material which is dumped over it, and then you will provide your intermediate cover to seal off your waste material. Then again you will have your waste material, and then you will have your intermediate cover. So this is like a alternate layers of waste and cover systems taken up to the full capacity of the landfill, and finally you will have your final cover system to seal off the landfill construction completely. Okay, so this entire process of landfill construction will first take place in a sub area or in one of the phases of the landfill area. So if I am going to start with area number 1 or phase 1, then I will have this entire process of landfill construction which I just discussed on area 1 only until it reaches that full level. Okay, or until it reaches the desired height. Okay, once this area 1 or phase 1 is completely constructed, okay, or once this part of the landfill is completely constructed over this sub area or phase, then only I will move on to the phase 2 or sub area 2. So once this sub area 1 is under active filling process, okay, or under the active landfill construction part, then this sub area 2 will be prepared for receiving the material. Okay, so while this is under, while the sub area or the phase 1 is under active filling process, or since the actual landfill construction has already begun in phase 1, we will prepare phase 2 or sub area 2 for the landfill construction to begin with. Okay, so once the phase 1 is completely constructed, then we will move on to phase 2. So while phase 2 is being actively filled and actively constructed, then phase 3 or sub-area 3 will be prepared for receiving the material, or will be prepared for the landfill construction to begin. So this is why we call the landfill construction methodology as a phased operation, because we will divide the entire landfill area. There is area allotted for the landfill construction alone into sub areas or phases, and we will start off with one particular sub area or phase, and we will construct the entire part of the landfill on that phase. And once that phase is completely covered, then only we will move on to the next sub area or phase. Okay, so as I said, a landfill is operated in phases because it allows the progressive use of the landfill area, such that at any given time, a part of the site, okay, that is a part of this area, may have a final cover. Okay, suppose if the sub area 1 has already been filled, that means it has already been given its final cover also. Then another part will be actively getting filled up. Then there will be another part which will be prepared to receive the waste, and there will be another part which will be left undisturbed. Okay, so this is how the phased operation happens for the construction of landfill. So these figures here illustrate the phased operation that takes place for the construction of the entire landfill. So as I said, as soon as we receive the landfill area for construction, we have to decide on the phase plan. That is how we are going to segregate the entire landfill area into different portions or different sub areas or phases, and then how we are going to move from one phase to another. Okay, or from which phase to which phase. Okay, or from which sub area to which sub area. So basically the phase plan should be ready as soon as you fix the landfill construction area. Phase plan should be ready, and then once the phase plan is ready, it means that you have already divided the landfill area into different sub areas or phases, and you have to decide on the sequence of construction through the various sub areas or phases. So here, as you can see, the sub area 1 or the phase 1 is already constructed, and now phase 2 or sub area 2 is under active filling process. While this is being actively filled, phase 3 or sub area 3 is under preparation for receiving the waste material, and phase 4 or sub area 4 is completely left undisturbed. So phase by phase you will be completing the construction. Now basically what happens during the construction, this I have explained multiple times, but just for clarity I'll explain it once more. So you will have your liner system. So in this, suppose I'm starting with phase 1. Okay, so what happens in phase 1, how the construction proceeds? You will have a liner system. Okay, first you have your landfill liner system which is constructed, and then over that during the operating period, okay, suppose if your operating period is 1 day, then so daily, that means daily you will have some volume of material coming onto your landfill area, you will dump that, and then what you have to do, you have to provide a daily cover to it. Okay, so because your operation is going to happen daily, and that is your operating period, 1 day is your operating period, so you will have some volume of material coming over and being dumped onto this active filling area, and then to prevent it from any environmental contact, you provide a daily cover to this. Okay, then again next day what happens is that you will again dump some volume of material to this part 1, phase 1 or sub area 1, then again you provide a daily cover before you stop the work. Okay, so this so it will be like alternate layers of waste material and daily covers. Okay, and once it reaches that full height or desired height for the phase 1 or sub area 1, then you seal off that seal off the work for that particular sub area by providing an intermediate cover. Okay, so in the earlier picture and all, I had told you that your landfill components will have liner system, cover system, and then intermediate cover systems within the waste fill. Okay, but if we look at the phase operation, Okay, or if we look at the sub area alone, what we will have is, we will have the liner system, we will have the daily volume of waste material that is dumped over it, and then we will have a daily cover over it. Okay, then you again you that will be again the next day you will have some amount of material dumped over it, then again it will be covered with a daily cover. This happens up to the desired height of construction in that sub area. Okay, and then finally you will seal off that sub area or phase 1 by providing an intermediate cover. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is that, for every sub area or the phase, you will have alternate layers of waste material and daily covers, and which will be sealed off with an intermediate cover at the end of construction of a particular phase. Okay, and finally once all this is completed, then only we will start constructing the final cover system. Okay, until then all these phases will be sealed off with intermediate cover system. Okay, now this is a typical section showing the phased operation of landfill. Okay, so there are some terms which we have to get familiarized with. Now basic components are the same. You will have liner system, you will have your cover systems. Cover systems can be daily cover, intermediate cover, and final cover system. Then a new term which comes into play is cell, lift, bench. Okay, other than that all others are familiar for you. So I will explain this section to you. Now this is the section showing a phased operation of landfill. So what happens in a phased operation? You divide the entire landfill area into sub areas or phases, and you start the act of filling in one particular sub area. Okay, so this is the imagine this as one particular sub area. So here what happens, you so already the landfill liner system is laid across the entire area. And then so you will have so if I say 1 day is considered as the operating period, so daily you will have some volume of material which is dumped over your active filling area. Okay, and then as I said, before we stop the work for the day, you have to seal off that waste with a daily cover. Okay, so this portion of waste is the volume of material that you have received for the day, and then to seal off that waste you have provided a daily cover. As I said earlier, cover system generally will be made with the natural soil available to you. Okay, so you have covered your volume of material which you have received for the day with a day by providing a daily cover. Again, this is so that forms, okay, so this volume of material which you have received for during your operating period, okay, plus the daily cover comprises of the cell. Okay, so a cell basically means uh, cell actually comprises of the volume of waste material which you have received during the operating period. Okay, if the operating period is 1 day, then the volume of waste material which you have received for a particular day plus the daily cover that you have provided for it. Okay, so cell is actually that volume of waste material plus the daily cover. So again the next day what happens, again you will have some amount of waste material, volume of material which you will be receiving, and then you will be sealing off that with a daily cover. So this happens. So these are all called as cell, each of these individual sections. Okay, um, this is one cell, this is another cell, then this is another cell, this is another cell. Okay, so you have 1 2 3 4 4 cells as per this section diagram. Okay, so basically cell comprises of the volume of material which you have received for 1 day or during the operating period plus the daily cover which you have given over it. Okay, so that defines cell. Okay, now what is lift? See, there is something marked as lift. Now lift basically comprises of a series of cells. Okay, so cell is actually the waste material plus the daily cover. Okay, now a series of such cells comprises of lift, or a series of such cells are called as lifts. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Now, so there are many cells. So finally, what do you do? See here, this, this portion is marked as intermediate cover. That means you have received, you have reached the end of phase. That is, you have stopped constructing for that particular phase or sub area. So as I said, cell denotes the volume of material you have received for a particular day or a particular operating period plus the daily cover. Okay, and a series of such cells will comprise of lift. Okay, and sometimes what happens is that, if the height of the landfill is more, then what you do is you will provide something like this, a bench or a terrace, this portion. Okay, if the height is more, you will provide a bench and then start the construction again. Okay, so basically, as I said, you construct the series of cells, you have daily covers added along with the daily volume of material you have received. So finally, once you reach the um, end of a particular sub area or a phase, then you provide or seal of the entire thing by providing a intermediate cover. Okay, then you move ahead with the or you start off with the next sub area. Okay, so this is what is happening now. So basically, when you call a phase, okay, a phase or a sub area will be consisting of many cells, many daily covers, then many lifts, right? Then it will have the liner system and intermediate system, right? So this is how the phased operation takes place, and this is how a section of a phased operation or a sub area operation looks like. It will comprise of cells, and the cell comprises of daily waste material plus the daily cover, and a series of such cells are called as lift. Okay, then it continues up to the desired height of construction in a particular sub area or phase. Once that is reached, you will provide you will seal off that particular sub area by providing an intermediate cover. Then you move on to the next sub area for the construction. So basically, a phase or a sub area is that part of the landfill which you have chosen for landfill construction. So part by part you are going to construct your landfill, and phase just denotes that sub area. Okay, so it's a sub area, and usually, as I said, phase will consist of all the cells, lifts, the daily cover, the intermediate cover, the liner system, the leachate collection facility, gas control facility, and final cover. So obviously, when you will have a intermediate cover, daily cover and all, I had earlier explained that your leachate collection facility and gas collection or control facility will be embedded within these cover systems and liner systems itself. Okay. Now each phase or each sub area is typically designed for a period of 12 months. Okay. So basically the phases are generally filled from the base to the final or intermediate cover. Okay. Usually it is filled up to the intermediate cover. Okay. And then capped within this period, leaving a temporary unrestored sloping phase. Okay. So, so as soon as you receive the landfill area, you have to decide on the phase plan. Okay. Then only you can start constructing. Okay. And also you have to ensure that each phase reaches the final cover level at the end of its construction period, and that is capped before the onset of monsoons. That is very important, because otherwise, there is going to be a huge infiltration of water happening, and which has to be completely avoided. Okay. Then cell, as I said, it will be the it comprises of the volume of waste material which is placed in a landfill during one operating period, and also it will include the daily cover which is given to that waste material as well. Then daily cover. So daily cover is provided to the volume of material we are receiving during each operating period. So usually daily cover and all these cover systems are made up of native soil itself. Okay. And it will be slightly, I mean, daily covers are slightly thinner than the intermediate covers. Okay. The thickness for daily cover and intermediate cover will not be the same. Daily cover will be slightly thinner. Okay. Then purpose of daily cover is to control the blowing of waste materials to prevent the rat, flies and other disease vectors from entering or exiting the landfill. So basically you want complete containment of the daily amount of waste which is being dumped into a particular phase. So that is why you are providing the daily cover. Okay. Now what is lift? So lift comprises of a series of cells. Okay. Over the active area or the active sub area of the landfill, which is being filled, and at the end of each phase you will cover the phase with an intermediate cover. As I said, intermediate covers are slightly thicker than daily covers. Where daily cover is like 15 to 30 centimeter, your intermediate covers are of thickness 45 centimeter or more. Okay. Then bench, another term is bench or terrace. So when the height of the landfill is slightly more, you use a bench, you construct a form of bench or a terrace. Okay. So the final lift includes the cover layer. Now the final cover layer is applied to the entire landfill. So as I said, once the operations are completed for all the sub areas or phases, you will cover the entire landfill with the final cover. Okay. So final cover is not just a single layer. It has multiple layers to it. Each layer will have a certain function to perform. So now we will look into the various types of landfill sections which you can construct at your site. So your site, the topography of the site may not be same for all the sites. It may be a flat terrain, it may be a sloping terrain, it may be undulating terrain. It depends upon the site that you get. So based on the topography of the site, you can decide on the section, type of a landfill section that you can build, okay, which suits the topography of the site. So basically there are four types of landfill sections. There are above ground landfills, which are also called as area landfills. Then there are below ground landfill, which are also called as trench landfills. Then there are slope landfills and valley landfills or canyon landfills. So these are basically the four different types of landfill sections which you can build. Okay. So let's look into the various landfill sections one by one. So as I said, the main factors which influence, on deciding the type of section to be built, that depends upon the topography of the site, and another important factor is the depth of the water table at the site and the availability of daily covers. Okay, so these three factors mainly determine or mainly help in deciding on the type of landfill section which we can build at a particular site. So the first type is above ground landfill, or you call it as an area landfill. So basically, why we have to go for an above ground landfill? That is, you are going to construct the landfill on the ground level itself, okay? Or you're going to start from the ground level. You're not going to do any excavation here. That mostly happens when the groundwater table at the site is quite high. Okay, because see, there is a certain distance that you have to maintain between the base of the landfill and the groundwater table. Okay, so in cases where the groundwater table is high and you cannot excavate and construct a landfill, you will have to go for above ground landfill. The construction is same as we have seen earlier. Okay, so here also a phased operation has been shown for the above ground landfill. Now the next type is below ground landfill or a trench landfill. Now this you can easily go for a trench landfill, or you can start excavating the ground, your subsoil, if your water table is not that high, and you can ensure that, or you are very sure that there is a minimum distance maintained, at least a 2 meter distance maintained between the base of the landfill and the water table level. Okay, so again this distance between the base of the landfill and the water table level depends upon the type of waste that is going to come. Okay, whether it's municipal solid waste or hazardous waste, it will vary. These slight distances, the criteria for the locational criteria, as we already seen, that will vary slightly depending upon the type of waste for which you're going to construct a landfill. So as I said, if the groundwater table is not that high or it is at a particularly lower level, you can go for a trench landfill. So you can excavate a trench, and basic dimensions of the trench is like 100 to 300 meter in length and 5 to 15 meter in width, and the depth of the trench will be mostly 1 to 3 meter. Okay. So depending upon the conditions which are suitable for you at site, you can go for a trench landfill. And then again here also a phased operation will be taking place, and whatever soil you have excavated can, depending upon the suitability of the soil, you can use that for the daily cover and intermediate cover system of your trench landfill. Okay. So the next type of landfill section is called as a slope landfill. That is, as the name indicates, if you have no other site, but if your terrain is not that flat, it is sloping, then you will have to construct the landfill in such sloping areas or hilly areas. Okay, so there what happens is that obviously along the sloping lines you will be constructing the landfill. Okay, again that will be a phased construction. And here one of the main critical factor which you have to take care while designing these landfill is the flow of water, okay, into your landfill system. That is, from the sides of the slope there is a chance of water infiltrating into your landfill system, and also slope stability analysis will also play a very important role in the designing of such slope landfills. Okay, so when the area is a sloping terrain, you have to go for such landfill sections. And obviously, as I said, critical factors in the design would be this infiltrating water from the sides of the slope, and also slope stability analysis also has to be checked. Now the last type of section is a valley landfill. Obviously if you have some depressions, canyons, or such only valley type of terrain is available to you, then you have to go for such valley landfill sections. Okay, so here also one of the main thing that comes into play is the surface water. You have to ensure that the surface water drainage is properly maintained here, because there is a lot of chance that water can infiltrate, because the terrain itself is suitable for receiving the waters as such. So that surface water plays a very critical role in designing such valley landfills. Okay, and again as I said, overall we will decide on the landfill section or the type of landfill section to be built based on the topography, and based on the groundwater table, and based on the availability of soil for building your daily cover and intermediate cover systems. Okay, so these are all about the landfill sections. And we have also covered the construction methodology adopted for landfills. Now in the next video we will move on to the different types of liner systems and cover systems. So thank you.